At 58, the tragedy of Jason Statham is not something you will find in tabloid scandals or courtroom headlines, but in the quiet contrast between the man the world sees and the life he has actually lived. To millions of fans, Statham is the unbreakable action hero, the fearless driver, the unstoppable fighter who never seems to flinch. From The Transporter to Fast and Furious and The Expendables, he built a career on toughness, confidence, and controlled chaos. But behind that rock-solid image is a story shaped by rejection, pressure, and a lifelong struggle to feel truly secure in a world that only values what it can see on the surface. Long before he was an action star, Jason Statham was a professional athlete. He spent more than a decade as a competitive diver, representing Great Britain and training at the highest level. Diving is a brutal sport that demands perfection, discipline, and fearlessness. Yet no matter how hard he worked, Olympic glory never came. For years, Statham watched others step onto the podium while he remained just outside the spotlight. When his athletic career ended, he was left with injuries, financial instability, and a deep sense that he had somehow failed. That quiet disappointment followed him into adulthood, pushing him to search for something that would finally make him feel enough. Modeling and acting were not glamorous escapes at first. Statham took odd jobs, sold fake jewelry on the street, and hustled simply to survive. When he was cast by Guy Ritchie in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, it changed his life overnight, but it also locked him into a type. Hollywood saw him as the tough, bald British enforcer. And from that moment on, he was rarely offered anything else. While his films made money, the roles were often shallow, repetitive, and emotionally empty. The world loved the tough guy, but very few people ever asked who Jason Statham really was beneath that armor. As his fame grew, so did the pressure to maintain a body and persona that never aged, never softened, and never showed weakness. Years of intense training, strict diets, and punishing stunt work took a toll. Unlike many action stars, Statham insists on doing his own stunts, and the injuries added up. Broken bones, muscle tears, and chronic pain became part of daily life. The audience saw spectacular fight scenes, but they never saw the long nights of recovery. The quiet fear that one wrong move could end everything he worked so hard to build. In his personal life, the sacrifices were just as heavy. Before settling down with Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, Statham went through a string of relationships that never lasted. Fame made it hard to trust, and his demanding schedule left little room for emotional stability. Even now, as a father, he balances love for his family with a career that constantly pulls him away. There is a loneliness that comes from always being the strong one, the reliable one, the man who never needs help. It leaves little space to admit doubt, exhaustion, or vulnerability. The real tragedy of Jason Statham is that he became a symbol of invincibility in a world that rarely allows men like him to be human. He is celebrated for his strength, yet rarely acknowledged for the years of struggle, rejection, and quiet pain that shaped him. At 58, he has achieved global fame and financial security, but there is an unspoken weight that comes with spending a lifetime playing a version of yourself that the public demands. His story is not about failure, but about the high cost of survival in an industry that rewards toughness while quietly punishing anyone who dares to be real.